The bass thumped through my chest, a relentless heartbeat that drowned out my thoughts, but not the gnawing dread in my gut. The nightclub was a pulsating beast, its neon veins flashing purple and blue, bodies writhing under strobe lights like shadows in a fever dream. I pushed through the crowd, the air thick with sweat, perfume, and desperation. My eyes scanned for her. Lila, my wife of 6 years, the woman who'd promised me forever in a quiet garden under starlight. She was here somewhere, her laughter probably cutting through the music, her auburn hair catching the light like a beacon. But she wasn't at our usual table by the bar. She wasn't anywhere I could see. I grabbed the arm of a bartender, his face slick with sweat under the dim glow of a hanging lamp. "Have you seen my wife? Lila? Red dress, hair like fire." My voice cracked, betraying the panic I was trying to bury. He squinted, then pointed toward the VIP section, a shadowed enclave roped off with velvet. "She left with the player," he said, his tone flat, like he'd seen this story play out 100 times. My stomach lurched. The player. The words hit like a fist, vague but sharp, slicing through the haze of vodka and hope I'd been clinging to. I stumbled toward the VIP area, the crowd parting like a sea of ghosts. The player. Who the hell was that? Lila wasn't the type to vanish with some slick stranger. She was cautious, loyal, the one who'd always roll her eyes at guys trying too hard. Or so I thought. 6 years of marriage, countless late-night talks, her hand in mine through every storm. Had I missed something? A crack in the foundation I'd ignored? The VIP section was a different world, all low leather couches and mirrored walls reflecting fractured glimpses of the elite. My sneakers stuck to the floor, tacky with spilled drinks. A woman in a sequin dress laughed too loudly, her hand on a man's chest. Not Lila. I scanned the shadows, my heart pounding harder than the bass. Then I saw her purse, black, studded, unmistakably hers, slung over the back of a couch. My breath caught. She'd been here. But where was she now? I grabbed the purse, clutching it like a lifeline. Her phone was inside, the screen dark. No messages, no calls, just a lock screen photo of us at the beach last summer. Her smile wide and unguarded. My thumb traced the glass, a pang of longing cutting through the fog of suspicion. Maybe she'd just stepped away. Maybe the bartender was wrong. But the word player echoed, a taunt I couldn't shake. "Hey, you okay?" A voice broke through, soft but probing. A woman with sharp cheekbones and kohl-rimmed eyes leaned against the bar, watching me. She looked like she belonged here, her confidence a stark contrast to my unraveling. "Did you see a woman in a red dress? About this tall auburn hair?" I held my hand up, my voice unsteady. She tilted her head, her gaze flickering with something. Pity maybe, or recognition. "Yeah, I saw her. She was with some guy. Headed toward the back exit. Looked cozy." Her words were careful, like she was trying not to detonate a bomb. My throat tightened. Cozy how? I didn't want to ask, but the question clawed its way out. She hesitated, then shrugged. "Close." His arm around her. They were laughing. Her eyes softened, like she knew the weight of what she was saying. The room spun, the neon lights blurring into streaks. Lila, laughing with some stranger, his arm around her. My Lila. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but all I could do was stumble toward the back exit. Her purse still clutched in my hands. The hallway was narrow, lit by a single flickering bulb. The music faded to a dull throb, replaced by the sound of my own ragged breathing. I pushed open the heavy metal door to the alley, the cold night air hitting me like a slap. The street was empty except for a couple of overflowing dumpsters, and a stray cat darting into the shadows. No Lila. No player. Just the echo of my own heartbeat, and the sickening realization that something was wrong. Deeply, irrevocably wrong. I'd seen the signs, hadn't I? The late nights at work, her phone angled just out of view. The way her smile didn't always reach her eyes anymore. I told myself it was stress, that she was just tired. But now, standing in that grimy alley, the truth clawed at me. I'd been blind. Or maybe I'd chosen to be. My phone buzzed in my pocket, snapping me back. A text from Lila. Got caught up with friends. Heading home soon. Love you. The words felt hollow, a script she'd rehearsed. I stared at the screen, my thumb hovering over the reply button. What could I say? Where are you? Who's the player? Or worse, do you still love me? I didn't respond. Instead, I walked back into the club, the music crashing over me like a wave. I needed answers, not texts. I needed to see her face, to know if the woman I loved was still mine, or if she'd slipped away into someone else's story. Back inside, I scanned the crowd again, my eyes catching on every flash of red, every glint of auburn hair. Nothing. Then a laugh, her laugh, bright and unmistakable, cutting through the chaos. It came from the dance floor, where bodies moved like a tide. I pushed through, my heart racing, until I saw her. Lila in her red dress, her hair glowing under the lights. She was dancing, her movements fluid, alive. And there he was. A man with sharp features, a tailored jacket, his hand resting lightly on her waist. He leaned in, whispering something, and she laughed again, her head tilting back in a way that used to be just for me. I froze, the world narrowing to that single moment. My wife, my Lila, with another man. The betrayal wasn't just in his touch. It was in her ease, her joy, the way she looked at him like he was the only one in the room. I wanted to scream, to tear them apart, but my feet were rooted to the floor, my voice trapped in my throat. Then she saw me. Her eyes widened, her smile faltering for a split second before she recovered, waving me over like nothing was wrong. "Hey babe," she called, her voice too bright, too forced. The man stepped back, his expression unreadable, but his eyes flicked to me, assessing. I walked toward them, each step heavy with the weight of what I knew. "Who's this?" I asked, my voice low, barely audible over the music. Lila's smile didn't waver, but her eyes betrayed her, guilt, fear, something I couldn't name. "This is Marcus," she said, gesturing to the man. "He's an old friend from college. We were just catching up." Marcus extended a hand, his smile easy, practiced. "Good to meet you, man. Lila's told me a lot about you." I didn't take his hand. My gaze locked on Lila, searching for the truth in her face. An old friend. Catching up. But the bartender's words, the woman's pity, the purse left behind, they didn't add up. The air between us crackled with unspoken questions, with the fragility of trust stretched to its breaking point. "Lila," I said, my voice steady now, though my heart was shattering. "We need to talk." Now. Her smile faded, and for the first time that night, I saw her, really saw her. Not the woman I married, but the one standing before me, caught in a moment she couldn't explain away. The music pulsed on, but the world felt silent, waiting for the truth to unravel. And then in the flicker of her eyes I saw it. The confession she hadn't spoken, the betrayal she couldn't undo. The player wasn't just Marcus. The player was her.